Okay, hello everybody. How are you all doing? And I'm so excited, to still be alive till today. And I would just like to say thank you, a very big thank you to those of you who have stayed, strong with me and have stayed subscribed to my channel, have been supporting me from day one. I want to say a massive thank you to you guys for always liking, commenting, sharing the videos. It really means a lot to me, and I want to say massive thank you to you guys. And for those of you that, if this is your first time of watching any of our videos or any of our content, you're welcome on board as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect time for you to do what? Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Because the notification bell, what it does is it gives you a quick notification of any first-hand information we drop on this channel. And as you know, all I'd like to bring here is good tidings. I do my best to do that. So guys, you're welcome. On this channel, we like to talk about investment opportunities. We like to talk about family, and there'll be a lot of family content this year as well. There's nothing as good as you investing in yourself. And part of investing in yourself is being able to, put, effort, financial effort, physical effort into making yourself a better person and education. So I know that a lot of people have asked me questions about trying to come here to the UK to study either masters or PhD. Some people even want to do degree programs. So whichever one you're planning to do, and you're from one of the African countries, so this is a good video for you to watch, so you can get at least basic knowledge that you need. And there's nothing as good as you having the right information. So just get the basic knowledge you need from here, and I'll be doing follow-up videos as well, giving you more updates and answering questions when people ask questions in the comment section. I'll be answering your questions and try my best to help as much as I can. So guys, there's nothing as good as investing in yourself. So put that money to work to make you a better person. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the UK study visa. A lot of people have asked me, what to do and how to go about coming over here to study from, African countries, and some people have the money, but they don't have the technical know-how. So some people don't even know where to start from. So if you're one of those people, this is the reason why I'm doing videos like this. So very quickly, I'd just like to say, let you know that there's a lot of, African international students in the UK. I would say probably from the last 1 year, there's been a lot of influx of international students from African countries. And it's just growing every day. And you get to find out the reason why that is. But if you're thinking of doing that as well, and you want to come here to study, what I'll just say is, first of all, the first question is, do you even have your international passport? It might really sound so ridiculous, me asking that question, but the truth is, I've spoken to a few people who are interested in the process, and the moment we're about starting, then they tell me that, oh, I haven't got a Nigerian passport yet. I need to go and apply for a Nigerian passport. Nah. So guys, what I want you to do is make sure that even if you're not even interested yet, I would advise you still try and secure your international passport as soon as possible. Try as much as possible. Get your international passport ready, just in case, because you never just know. You never know, guys. There are scholarship programs. There are so many things. So just get your passports ready. And how it is now at the moment with the delays with the passports for Nigerian citizens, because of the fact that they haven't had the deliveries of the booklets in a long time, partly due to COVID, like the government said, partly due to COVID, and because of importation and exportation, the ban on them and stuffs like that, and other stuffs like that. However, a lot of people, there's been a backlog now of people waiting for their Nigerian passport. So guys, you don't want to start thinking of applying for a Nigerian passport now that you're ready. Before it comes out, you might even have to miss that session for that year. So if you're planning to obviously come in and start the September program, obviously you should have started your application way earlier. There is a lot of work to do if you want to come here to study. There's a lot of research, there's a lot of applications to fill, there's a lot of paperwork to do. But at the end of the day, it's all for the greater good. You're investing in yourself. So that should not be something to discourage you in any way. So, having done my research recently, I found out that the Nigerian government have said that Nigerian passports issues and delays should cease or ease by the end of March 2022. So that sounds like good news, but if you haven't gotten your passport or if you haven't captured yet, the best thing for you to do is to quickly do that. Try as much as possible to go and just capture and just wait for your passport booklet. Once you get that, then you are good to go to start, the next step. So, okay, having said that, so most importantly, like I said, get your passports, your international passports ready. So once you've gotten that ready, so the next thing is there's some factors that you need to consider when you're planning to come over here to study in the United Kingdom. And a few of those factors, I'll just mention a few of those factors that I feel that are the main factors, the primary factors that you need to consider before you start making plans or you make it the ultimate decision. Because some people make plans. I've seen people who have made plans and they've just gone with the available and they've gotten here and then they find themselves struggling, which they shouldn't have if they had the proper knowledge or information that they needed. Okay, so one of the first factor, which is very obvious, is the fees. So tuition fees, acceptance fees, and how you balance up your tuition fees in installment. Those things are very important. So when you're planning, first of all, please, please, please. I know that sometimes we can be very religious. Some people won't have the money, and then they'll ask you, "How do you intend to go about this?" And you say, "Oh, but the grace of God is sufficient enough." Good. Say, let me be honest with you. We don't spend the grace of God here in the United Kingdom. We spend Great British pounds. However, the grace of God is also available, but you won't use the grace of God in paying your tuition fees. The grace can cover you, but I know you know what I mean. So you have to do the needful. So make sure, guys, that you have your savings. If it's the savings for your tuition fees that you have and you don't have anything else in terms of cost of living and all that stuff, the grace of God is available and can be made available for you. But make sure that at least you have a large amount of your tuition fees, because when you come here, there are opportunities for you to work as well as a student. You'll be limited to the number of hours, but you have opportunities to work. So guys, don't let that discourage you. So make sure you do your due diligence, get information about different institutions here in the United Kingdom. If you don't know anybody at all here, you don't have any family member or friends, make sure you just go online. If you want me to, you can send me an email. If you want me to send you lists of some schools that you can check out, go online. You have to be very, very familiar with browsing online and using the internet if you are interested, because you need to get proper information. So go online, find universities in the United Kingdom, where they accept international students and where you can apply to and all that stuff. So just do your due diligence. That's very, very key. So once you've done that, then you can now compare tuition fees. So for example, the tuition fee for a particular course in Chester University will definitely be different, most likely be different from the price of that course in maybe, let's say, London Metropolitan University, or let's say Birmingham University. So do your due diligence and make sure you just look around, surf around different universities, find out how much the tuition fees are. And once you know how much the tuition fees are and you're certain that yes, you can afford it, but obviously that before you do that, you need to first of all think about what course you want to study. Very, very important. One question a lot of people ask is, oh, I finished my degree in maybe I majored in electronics and computer engineering, and I've checked and I can't really find a lot of universities where I can do my master's and all that. What can I do as master's degree? Now, the thing is, it doesn't really matter. A lot of courses here, master courses here, don't care if you studied electrical engineering or economics. If your degree is in economics or mathematics or English, what they care about is the fact that you have a degree qualification. You have a degree. So what you need to do is just go and check their eligibility criteria and make sure that you read it properly and see what they are requesting for. Then it will make you have a better understanding of how eligible you are, in applying for that particular course. So there are sometimes that, they might say masters in human and business resource management. They can tell you that, well, you can, all they want from you, the criteria is just for you to meet the requirement that you only need to have maybe a 2-2, minimum of a 2-2 in any discipline. So a degree of 2-2 in any discipline is good for them. So don't let that discourage you at all. If you're thinking about, oh, I study economics, so I have to still do something in line with economics, you can change your career path if you want to. So that should not be a stumbling block. So, and most importantly, then you now start comparing. So if you've made up your mind that this is the course you want to study, you start comparing universities to universities, and then you start comparing their fees. So you look at their tuition fees. So, and after you've done that, just narrow it down to about maybe 3 or 4 of them. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and now start considering other factors like accommodation, the cost of living in those particular cities. So sometimes you might find yourself finding a university that is very cheap in a particular city, and unfortunately for you, you haven't considered the accommodation side of it. Maybe accommodation is very expensive there. Maybe it's even higher than London City, who knows? So, but what you need to do is to make sure that you go and have a look. There are websites where you can check, how much it will cost you to rent like a room or a studio apartment or a 1-bedroom, like a shared apartment or a shared flat with somebody else. So those are the things that you need to do where that will give you a good idea of, the location. So once you've made up your mind on the fees for the tuition, you're happy with the tuition fees, and you've checked the location, you've checked the city, you're happy with the range of accommodation there, the price range, then you can go ahead and also consider, the installments, how you balance up if you're not paying your tuition fee in full, you have to consider a few factors. Like, for example, once you're being given an unconditional offer for the course you've applied for. So once you've applied for a course, the university checks your documents and everything. If everything is okay and you qualify for that course, they give you a conditional offer. So, for example, I know someone who did it recently. After accepting the offer, they had to pay £4,000 just to accept the offer, and which is part of their tuition fees as well. And then before you can proceed further in getting your cars, which you need to use in applying for your student visa at the embassy, you still need to pay a certain amount of money. So you need to find out all those information about those universities before you now make up your mind on which one you want to go for. So guys, make sure you do your due diligence. It's very, very important. I'm telling you, because when you get here, the last thing you want to do is to start struggling. So you can get a job where you can start, very small, and get your feet in the system. You can get a job in a warehouse where they do picking and packing and loading and offloading and stuff like that. You can get, food processing, company, where you work in a cold room, and you deal with stuff like that. You can be a sales assistant. You can work in places like McDonald's, KFC, and so you can get jobs. So, but you make sure that you do your due diligence and find out if there are a lot of job opportunities for you in those particular areas. So, the last one I'm going to talk about in this introductory video is what happens when you have finished your master's degree program. So if you are coming here for your master's degree program, you'll be granted a 1-year visa to complete your master's degree program. And after that 1-year visa, what happens? So if you're coming here to study your PhD, so depending on the course you're studying, but let's just say averagely 3 years. So you do a 3 years program for your PhD. Once you finish that 3 years program, what happens? So now the good news is there's a new scheme that came out not long ago that just came into effect in 2021. So those of you that are actually watching this video now and planning to apply for master's program or PhD program, it's a good news for you, because when you come here and you finish your PhD program or your master's program, you don't have to go back to Africa and go and reapply to come back here again to get a job or to study another program or to maybe change career path and go into another discipline. Now there's an opportunity for you to apply for a post-study visa. So once you finish your master's degree program, you can go ahead and apply for your post-study visa, and that's a 2 years post-study visa. So that's an amazing news. So that's a strategy that the Home Office have put in place to ensure the import of international students. The UK economy is generating a huge amount of money from higher education, especially from international students. So, but even though it's good news for the United Kingdom, they are being fair enough. It's good news for international students coming in to study here as well. So The only condition is you have to, obviously pass your master's degree program. So you can't come here and then you want to be working, neglecting your studies, and then you haven't passed, and then you're expecting them to grant you a 2 years post-study visa. That's not going to happen. So you need to make sure that you pass your master's program or your PhD, and then having done that, you can automatically apply for your post-study visa. It means once you come into the country as a master's degree student, you can be rest assured that for the next 3 years, you're good to go in the United Kingdom. So your first year, you're restricted to 20 hours work during school term. Outside term, you can work as many hours as you like. So, but during school terms, it's just 20 hours. You're restricted. However, once you get your post-study visa, then you can look for employment and work for so many hours that will enable you to save up to be able to further your education. So guys, the next video that will be coming up is a video that will go in depth about and talk about the process itself. So which means once you've gotten your international passport and you have a bit of money saved for your student fee, at least to be able to accept your conditional offer, and you have the fees ready, then you're good to go. So I'm sure that most of you are by now familiar with what the conditional offer is. So, and why you have to pay for it if you have watched this video from the beginning. So then we'll go into details about what happens and how you can go about it. So I'll start with how you can go about it in terms of application. Some of you will think, oh my God, how am I going to cope with all this application and all that stuff? Who's going to help me? It's a lot of paperwork, like I said. There are 2 ways that you can do it, and my next video I'll be talking about those 2 ways you can go about your application that will make life very easy for you. And I hope that you've gained a lot of information from this very short video. Thank you guys for watching till the end if you have, and if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe been engrossed with the information that I've been dishing out, please, this is the right time for you to quickly hit that subscribe button again and the notification bell so you can get first-hand information whenever I drop new content. So once again, thank you everyone for watching, and let's keep winning. 'Cause everything will be alright with you.